and welcome to Community Watch here on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Ni Obodai Atopra Atunam Togbo Ashon. Moments ago, I got a call from one of the heads of La Wireless cluster of schools within the Lada de Kutupong municipality or constituency. And the concern of this head had to do with some individuals, miscreants, as it was described, coming over to the school to steal a water tank belonging to the school. La Wireless cluster of schools is one of the oldest you can find in Accra. My grandfather, who is over 70 years old, attended La Wireless cluster of schools. And also, that's the school I attended from class 1 to JHS 3. So come as we explore this situation right here on Community Watch. This is what we know how to do best. We are almost at La Wireless. That's the school we see ahead of us. This is one of the gates, but we are moving to the second gate. So I could see one of the poly tanks right there. From a distance, you can see it. That's just one. I'm told there are a number of them on the compound. One had been stolen earlier, weeks ago, and just today, another has been picked up. So come along. So from here I can see the poly tank. So that's the poly tank that we are here to report on. Then we can see the head teachers right on the premises waiting to interact with us. We are here at La Wireless cluster of schools. I earlier on told you that, look, I attended school here, right from class 1 to JHS 3. Then it was JSS. And I have my mom right behind Miss Akins. I recall she taught us agriculture, yes, and social studies. And I'm really grateful for the support, the guidance, the teachings that's brought us this far. But today we are here mainly because of an incident that transpired hours back, for which heads of the school are concerned and they want to share with us. I gave you a gist of it, but we are here to pick up first-hand information of what exactly transpired, and most importantly, how we could avert that from happening going forward. So without much ado, let me get to them, then we interact. Alhaji, welcome.
Thank you.
I was on my way to work when your call came through, and I could really feel the passion with which you were talking about. We are on the location now. What exactly happened?
You can see from behind you the platform. There's been a poly tank, 10,000 liters capacity, that was donated by Rotary Club, Accra North, to the early child of the cluster. And it's been storing water for more than 10 years today. Early this morning, I was called that they have taken the tank away. Fortunately, some passers-by saw them and raised alarm. So they left the poly tank and ran away. The information I gathered when I came, I was told it was a Kia truck.
Oh, so they came with a truck?
Yeah, truck.
It was something planned out?
It was planned. And a saloon car, blue-black. But the unfortunate thing is that a taxi driver who happens to be a parent, he saw them and picked one old man within the neighborhood,
okay,
so that he would pretend as if he was taking a drop-in.
Okay.
And then he would take the numbers to the cars. But unfortunately, the old man couldn't just hold himself. He raised alarm, Jilo, Jilo, Jilo.
Okay, so the old man.
Yes.
I see.
Yes, and they ran away. So that is exactly what happened. So
and this is the evidence that the water tank used to be here. It was sited here.
Yeah, let me just...
Okay. So was this connected? Pipes connected? Okay.
You could see this pipe.
Let's talk.
You could see this
Yes.
PVC pipe.
Yes.
It was connected to the top.
Okay.
And then you could see this, that's the lock. They broke it down.
Okay.
Yes.
So here we go. Evidence of what happened.
Then you could see that the place is where there was some small water in the tank. So after
So they broke it in order to
yes,
empty it.
to empty it. Then from there they rolled it. You could see the marks. You could see the marks of the poly tank down.
Okay.
Then they scaled it through this wall.
Ah, you can imagine. Daring.
Yeah. And here you see the lead to the poly tank
Okay. Left behind.
left
So
behind.
they scale it over. Okay, at this point too, the wall is low. Okay.
So they scaled it up and then dropped it down. Now to pick it. And according to the taxi driver, their intention was to roll it down to the corner
Okay.
of the wall. And then from there, they pick it.
I see.
That's exactly what happened. And
This
as
is very worrying.
very, very warning, as you were coming, you could see the poly tank.
Yes, we saw it.
But the genesis of it is, you see these poly tanks there. That was the initial theft we experienced. There were 4 given by Rotary Club Accra East. And that of Wireless 5 Primary and GHS was sighted here. Then on the 29th of April, they came and siphoned all the water and took it away. It was the same style. After mine was taken, my other colleagues had to look for money from their own packets and bags to secure the poly tanks. So when this one was given to me by the Assemble, I also had to do that barely a week today. If not, this one too would have been gone.
Oh,
Yes. So that is exactly what happened.
right. You are coming your way from La Wireless cluster of schools here in Accra. It's within the Ladadi Kotopong municipality or constituency. And you've heard the incident narrated to you vividly. I'm sure that even though we weren't around when it happened, having narrated it to you in detail, you now have a better appreciation of what happened. So the big question is, what should be the way forward? Let me get to Ms. Akins. Yes, so they also add a word. Ma'am, welcome.
Thank you.
What should be the way forward?
You see, we don't have security lights here. So in the evening, this place very dark. So if we can get security lights, and then security men, we don't. The watchman, I think only one, and I don't think he comes. This place is dark. One person cannot man this place. So we'll be happy if we get even about 5 security men over here before we'll be free. Yes.
Have you engaged the Director of Education at LADMA
We've
or even the
written-
Municipal Chief
Assembly,
Executive?
We have written. We've engaged them. They've assured us they will do it up till now.
When was the last time you engaged them? Or for how long have you been engaging them? How many years now? How many months now? How many weeks?
Yes.
The Municipal Chief Executive was here. And did you put this issue before the security issue? He's aware. Please come closer
Yeah,
so that
because
we
he's
hear.
the one who has been
Okay.
moving.
So
up
I
and
heard you have been going back and forth. So look towards the camera because they are going to watch. I'm sure they are watching. So for how long have you been engaging them?
My brother, numerous times we have written, they are aware. In fact, the newly elected assemblyman, Honorable Ni Ama Abraham, he's aware. He has even informed the municipal chief executive. I've gotten a word across to him. He asked me that we say we don't have security. I said yes. Last week he was here and I mentioned it. That was the day they were securing these poly tanks. He came around and I told him. So for the assembly, they are aware. Our municipal director, he's aware.
Is this the only major challenge the school is faced with?
Lack of security lights is our major problem. One, we have made sure that for almost 2 weeks now, the main gate is always under key and lock. Because of that, they scale through the walls. People come to play football. They have turned this place into a weed smoking place. We have complained and we are tired. We have even reported to the police. Nobody is saying anything. During the lockdown, I had to call the assemblyman and told him that we were told by some laborers who were working here that some 2 people came and broke into the compound through our small gate. I called the assemblyman, reported, he called the assembly, they said nobody has come. So you see that we are not really ourselves. We are living in a situation that you cannot tell. And the least thing you say, at times the community, they will tell you that you are not for this place. If you even joke, they will beat you.
You don't mean it?
Yes.
So, you are being threatened?
We are being threatened. And I'm telling you, I was telling my colleagues that if schools reopen, maybe we'll have to tell our municipal director, they should come for their schools and we'll go. Because you are trying to put up your best and the community, they are not helping. If you go on the veranda where the car stopped, the slates there are all broken. When it rains, it's like a pond on the veranda. They play football and break the slates. You can't see anything. So this,
if you dare, they will come beat you up.
If you dare, they will beat you up.
Very unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. They will break into the class.
This is the community you are doing your best. Sacrificing to raise up their children.
Yes, they'll break into the class, sit there to smoke whatever they want to smoke, urinate there, at times is there. This is the situation we find ourselves here. It's very, very demotivating. So please, this is our situation. For theft, we can't tell. All the schools, we have all gotten our shares. All the schools gotten our shares. Even plus
there is adequate security in place.
Yes. In fact, initially it was better. Initially, we had about 2 or 3. It was better for 9. But this time, notice. Look at this. We have 9 schools here: 4 primary schools, 4 GHS.
What's the population?
Over 1,000 students. Over 1,000 students. 4 GHS, 4 primary school, plus early child. Yet not one security. Not one security.
Hopefully, the authorities watching step in to address this challenge as soon as possible. And if we hear nothing about it, we shall continue hammering. But we know that they listen and they also have the school at heart. So they sure will step in and then have this resolved. We know that this is something that falls within their capacity, something that they sure could have addressed or done within a short time. So please step in. Municipal Chief Executive, we are coming to you. We are hoping that you give us an assuring word to have this addressed as soon as possible. Right, so I have now joined the young people. They are here. They were playing the ball moments ago. You saw them. How come you've been coming over to play the ball and end up breaking the roof?
Please, you're not responsible for the breaking of the roof, because I have been playing football with these guys for a very long time, and all the times I've played with them, I haven't witnessed any incident in which anyone kicked the ball hard enough for it to break the roof. And even if the ball falls on the roof, it comes right back down because it doesn't go with as much strength. It doesn't go with enough strength to break the roof.
You said even if it goes.
Yeah, usually it goes over. It doesn't fall on the roof. It actually goes over. So you have to go and pick from the other side of the building.
Does it always go over it without touching the roof or falling on the roof?
It gets trapped between those branches. And then maybe someone has to climb the trees to go and retrieve the ball.
But there hasn't been a single time when it fell directly on the roof.
Or it has fallen directly on the roof, but then it rolls back.
So the issue is that as it falls on the roof, the direct impact on the roof makes the roof to break, just as we could see now.
No, but please, we are not responsible for these things on the roof. Because I haven't witnessed any of us kicking the ball hard enough for it to break the roof.
But you could see the cracks and all that. Yeah. Who do you think is responsible then?
Please, I don't think I can say anyone is responsible.
Okay. That's fair enough. How about you? You also had a concern. Now, the issue is that you would have to stop playing football here so that you don't break the roof and then taint the wall. From here, you could see that the walls are also tainted, the football marks on the wall. You have to stop playing the football here. Do you agree with this call?
Please, no. Because most of the time, when we come here to play soccer, we don't usually taint the wall. We always use the field. And most of the time, when we are here to play soccer, the under 17 who plays over there, they will come here and use the pool. So most of the time, we go to the house. That's it.
Okay. Yep. So not you, but other people. Right. So who else has something to say? Now, collectively, me being a fan, okay, ball when you catch a ball we be any don. Yank penalo yank pene. Yank penalo yank pene. So come.
School abanoni. Wa power me pay long ni bi api o task ni bi o school mugo yen stop ma shi work patwa.
Mugo stop unya kenye pa. Sha abandon je ni nka ake sinye pa. Amra lo eke nye pa. Shinye can fit school chuni.
O da bi go fitele. Tax o pure ko na. Carry drink ne ken 1 cedi 20 bears. I check 20 bears jen. Agbeni first drink 1 cedi. Sha agbena fele 1 cedi 20 bears. O intoni I kema na shi o pa atwa so atwa da ni.
Ababa gwanye.
O ajofu.
Yeah, but ajofu what are you also saying?
O me ni you onji ball I'm a right I can say na me call I go ball to I be ni. No won to atwa ball. Won to atwa ball no ani won ke for ba ball atwa o just no afin jo akpa ma fa ke o. Bo ke fi atwa ke shi rufe. Shi ke vi o atwa. Kedi be na ba show e put in choba to pay. Or where I'm right mo age am I stop wo pa ball try be ni. No won pa me fa wa shi be na no na o feel ni na la cha e. No won ke o na ke wo feel train ko fi ogo ni ko wa shi.
Me na ke la cha ku board na abu e o mo. Oh, interesting. So you've had a diverse opinion right here. One was defiant, saying that, look, he's been paying taxes, so there is no way he's going to stop playing the football here. The other two were saying that, yeah, they accept that authorities could ask them to stop playing the football here, but they are appealing to be considered to play the football. If need be for them to even move further from the buildings, they should just be considered because it helps them exercise. So that's the situation right here. Let's move over to the other end and then look at another dangerous situation right there. Danger looming on the compound of La Wireless Cluster of Schools. Well, I haven't left yet, but you can see the youngsters playing. The youthful exuberance and the energy in them is evident. You are on Community Watch. Come along. I told you earlier that danger looms at this second location. Why am I saying that? Let me just paint a clearer picture to you, or provide you with a background so you see exactly what I am talking about. The school shares a wall with the AU village, and it has apartments belonging to high-profile personalities. Before building these structures, that place used to be more or less like a mini forest, or you can call it a garden. And at the center of the garden used to be a water fountain or reservoir. And what happened was that pupils from this school usually would move to where the water fountain was, called Beshioko, and would go and swim in that water fountain or reservoir. And that was because at that time, this wall you are seeing behind wasn't in the best of state. So pupils from La Wireless Cluster of Schools would scale over even during classes hours and would go and squat there, open defecation. Not just that, but then would move into the water fountain or the reservoir called Beshioko to swim. Now, one time, unfortunately, two of the pupils who went into the reservoir drowned and died. Today, as we speak, there is yet another danger looming on this compound for which I want to draw your attention to. So come along as we establish this fact on the premises or compound of La Wireless Cluster of Schools. And we are appealing to the Ladade-Kotopon Municipal Assembly and the Ghana Education Service and related authorities to step in and address these security challenges as a matter of urgency. Just look at this structure. It used to be the clinic for the school, but it's no longer in use and the roof has been taken off. But just see this crack, deep crack. And interestingly, the Ladade-Kotopon Municipal Assembly has written an inscription on it since 2017 that this is a dangerous structure and ought to be demolished, but nothing has been done about it. You see this crack at one end to my left. There is another crack on the same wall to my right. Meanwhile, the bottom of it too has yet another crack, which shows that it is weak. There are over 1,000 pupils on this compound. We know that, yes, around this time, many of the pupils are at home, but a number of them, due to the basic education certificate examination, are on campus or are on the compound. And we know that sometime soon the pupils will be coming over. Just next to me is their canteen. So you'd have many of the pupils during break time coming over to eat right here. So the possibility of many of them coming close to this structure is really, really high. So having painted this picture to you, it is very likely that at some point, if the pupils come over to play, this wall with both sides cracked and the bottom also weak, it may fall over the pupil and we may have yet another incident of disaster being recorded here at the La Wireless cluster of schools. Just let's go and see where La Radekotopong Municipal Assembly has written the danger sign, and yet no action has been taken about it. See the inscription: keep off, danger, demolished by LADMA, 15th seat 17. So 2017. So danger, keep off, demolished by LADMA, but nothing has been done about it. Right from here, we are moving to the La Radekotopong Municipal Assembly. You are still on Community Watch here on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Ni Obudai Atopra Atunam Togbo Ashon. And you know, on this show, we don't limit ourselves to just the challenges, but we engage the appropriate stakeholders to see how best we can find lasting solution to the challenges. Have these challenges come to your attention, Honorable?
Thank you very much. We are very much aware of these challenges. And I don't want to limit myself alone to the wireless school. Talking about schools in La, we have serious challenges which we've started addressing. Coming to wireless school, I mean, I'm happy you said you attended wireless. The way the wireless school is, it's been there, I mean, since 1919. As we speak now, before this year ends, we are cutting sword. We are changing the whole school. The structure that we are referring to, we are demolishing the structure. We are demolishing some of the school buildings. I mean, the school buildings, I mean, it's scattered in the school, but now we want to go horizontal. The ground floor, first floor, about 3 stories. We'll rearrange the structures very well, create space, fix lights, I mean, employ security men to increase the security in the school. We're also thinking that if we can get 1 or 2 bungalows there for maybe the head teachers and few of the teachers, that will also boost the security in the school that is wireless. So, I mean, it's something that has come to our notice and we are on the drawing board. And very soon, some of the schools we've started, but wireless school, we are pulling most of the structures down. We'll change the school entirely, and you will like it.
Impressive to know that this grand agenda is on for the school. Did you say the timeline is by the end of this year?
Oh, very soon we'll be cutting sword. I mean,
how soon, Honorable?
I mean, very soon. Latest by next month. Architects are working. We have the structural engineers too working. And very soon we'll cut sword and then we'll start the projects.
I'm excited because, as you rightly said, that's where I attended school. And the classroom block, the La Wireless 4 GHS, where I sat, was demolished a few years back. And construction work started to build a new structure. And till today, for several years now, that structure hasn't been completed. So much as I am warmly welcoming this idea, I am a bit hesitant that this may not see the light of day based on what I have seen on the compound, Honorable.
Thank you.
And already we are not getting a definite timeline.
Thank you very, very much. I don't just take a step. Before I take a step, I know the end from the beginning. Before we start this, in our bedrooms or in our offices, we finished the school project already. I'm giving you the assurance that we're starting the project, and within a very short time, maybe within 6 months, we'll finish with one block, about 18 units classroom block. We'll demolish most of the structures, and then, we'll create space. You see, what we have there is Get Farm.
6 months from now.
6 months from now, what we have there is Get Farm project. Get Farm project is not coming from the assembly. So, we don't have so much hand in it. So, for that, we can't say much. But this is project from the assembly. And I know what I'm saying. We'll push it through. You see, when we talk of Wireless School, I think Wireless School has an history that it was built by the British or something. And the point is, last time when the Queen came to Ghana, she was taken there. It was so shameful and disgraceful. Because if they built the place for us, they come back to see the school in those same structures. The only thing we did when she was coming is we painted the place. But if, God willing, we will change the school. That next time, if any of the queens come to Ghana and we take the person to Wireless School, he won't believe what she will see.
Impressive. And we'll be there to witness the commissioning of the new Wireless School. But till we see the difference, what are we going to do with the clinic, which is in a very deplorable state and could collapse, where meanwhile you've written danger, demolish since 2017? What are we going to do about it? What again are we going to do to ensure that the water tanks on the compound, which are there as we speak, we wouldn't have guys within the neighborhood coming over to pick them away, and the students or the youngsters there who are still playing the football and destroying the roofs? What are we going to do about these things in the meantime?
Yeah, thank you very much. When it comes to the structure that you are referring to, where the structure is located, that is exactly where we're starting this new project. I was there last week with my engineers to assess the whole place. Very soon we're going to demolish that structure to give way for the new structure that is coming up. With the water tank, we gave them one about 3 weeks ago. What we did is we used iron bars to secure it. So I don't know why this one, they've not done that. So quickly, I will make sure they secure it by, using welding iron bars around it. So we'll make sure we secure that. And talking about those playing ball, that is it. That is it. What I'm thinking is the challenge is not only about wireless. I'm discussing with music if we can get a patrol team, because even if you put a watchman there, these smokers and other things, will overpower the watchman. So what we're putting in place now is our security personnel, the police and then the soldier. If we can form a patrol team who will be going patrolling the schools, maybe twice or thrice, they go there. When they see them, they arrest them. I think it will put a stop to all these things.
Isn't it the case that perhaps the only one security person isn't adequate to man the entire school with a population of over 1,000? And also the place gets dark. It's just between the main township and then the estates, and it gets very dark, complete dark.
Thank you very much. Again, let me say, it's not only about wireless, but all the schools. Number one, we are working on fixing street lights in the schools. Number two, we're working on employing security men into the schools. So this is something that at the management level we've discussed it, and we are working on it. There is an assembly. You don't just take a decision, you go through process. And that is exactly what we are doing. The headmaster at the wireless school, I was there last week. Was it last week or last 2 weeks? I was there with my engineers. We met him and we told him the plans that we have for the school. So he's very much aware. It's not something that I'm telling you because you are sitting in front of me. We've been there. I've been there with my engineers. We've taken measurements and we are working on something that's, very soon, all eyes will see.
So with the street lights and the security officials to be engaged or employed, are there timelines?
Latest by you see, when it comes to
Completed, latest by.
When it comes to employment, you check your your revenue. Because of the COVID, we were affected a bit. Our revenue, we were affected a bit. But I've instructed my MFO, and by next week, I'm expecting a report on my table, and based on that, we'll take this. Because we are looking at almost all the schools in Lada de Kotopon. So we are not talking about employing 1 or 2 security men. We are talking about employing about 20 or 30 security men, and it goes with cost. Sometimes it's heartbreaking. You go to schools, young men, young women, some of them come to sleep there. They come with their mat. It's difficult to understand them. This is a school. For Christ's sake, this is a school. Why do you have to go there? Sometimes they go there to challenge the teachers. Time is up, you have to close. We are coming to, you see? So please, I'm advising them, they should stop what they are doing. The children attending those schools, they are the future of this nation. So they should stop what they are doing, and it's not good for our education in Lada de Kotopon. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Is the advice enough, or where it becomes necessary, you may have to even arrest them or
That is exactly
punish
what
them?
I'm saying. Very soon we'll have a patrol team that will be going around and we'll start arresting them. So it will be good for them if they stop now. Other than that, you find yourself behind bars. So they should stop it. They should rather, those living in the areas, they should rather help or support in the building of the school rather than going there behaving as if the school belongs to them. It's their bedroom or their kitchen. They should stop that. Thank you very much.
Well spoken. You've heard from Honorable Solomon Kote-Nikui. He's the Municipal Chief Executive for the Lada de Kotopon Municipal Assembly. We shall continue to monitor the situation and keep you updated in due time. You've watched Community Watch here on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Ni Obodai Atopra Atunam Togbo Ashon. I want to thank my cameraman, who is Ni Alote, and also Kiki. Mr. Natlaye is the executive producer of this show. If you also have a concern within your community, it could be about health, education, labor, just name them. Invite the team via the number you see on the screen. Better still, 0241 431035. 0241 431035. We shall come over, engage you as a resident or together with other residents, and also the appropriate authorities, so we find lasting solution to the challenge. Follow me on Facebook. My name there is Gabriel Ni Obodai Togbo Ashon. Bye-bye for now.